Good morning. It is Mad Science Monday, and we almost have more weather and science that you can't handle this morning. And as always, joining me from Mad Science, Professor Mad and Professor Miles. Guys, thanks for joining us today. What do you got?
Well, you know, you mentioned that we got so much weather. We're talking about water today. Water. If you look at our globe, you're going to see that most of it is blue. And the reason that we painted it blue, well, I'm glad you asked. It's not because we ran out of other colors. It's because the Earth is covered with about 75% of the Earth covered with water. That's 3/4, so like 3 and then that much is covered with water. So this is really cool. Did you know that water has density?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And density just means that it's, kind of packed in together there. And some things float on water, and water will actually lift some things up, and other things sink to the bottom. Now, I've got right here in front of me, I've got a cup of water, and I put blue food coloring in it because I wanted to show you that it's like seawater, okay? And then I've got over here, I've got a jar of...
I don't want to know what that is.
No, it's not that. It's a jar of oil, okay? So what do you think? Which is going to be more dense? In other words, which is going to be heavier and sink to the bottom? Is the oil going to sink to the bottom of the water, or the water going to sink to the bottom of the oil?
I mean, this oil seems heavier.
Okay, so you think the oil is going to be on the bottom and the water is going to sit on the top?
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and pour that water in there, and let's see. Let me turn this around so you can see. Just pour it right in there. Don't worry if you make a mess. We're used to that. Oh my goodness, and it looks like the water
is heavier?
Is heavier going to the bottom. And the water's actually lifting up the oil, so the oil's sitting on top of the water. Okay, that's enough right there. Now here's the cool thing. If you see all those bubbles in there, wow, that's pretty neat, right?
What's about?
Well, that's little bubbles of water that are going to sink, and then eventually down here it's going to release all the oil and release the gas. But we can make something. When I was your age, which was years ago, more years than that, okay? When I was your age, we used to have this toy called a lava lamp. And it had something like this, and it had heat underneath, but we can make one at home. Now, at home...
Question.
Yes.
How did you get lava?
We didn't use real lava. We just used a heat lamp, and that heat made things turn around. But we're going to do it without heat. This is something you can make at home.
Nice.
What's the first thing you need to do when you make an experiment at home?
Ask your parents?
Ask your parents, absolutely. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got about a third or less, maybe a quarter with water. The rest is with oil. You see it separated out there. I'm going to give you that. This is called an effervescent tablet or Alka-Seltzer. Kind of break it into little pieces, okay? And just drop it right in there and let's see what happens. Okay, drop it down in there. I'll put mine in, put another one in. Okay, now you notice nothing happens until it hits that water. And then look what's happening. Look at what's happening. It looks like a lava lamp. And that's going to keep going and keep going until that wears out and that stops. And it keeps mixing it up in there. So it's something really cool you can make at home. Now, there's more.
Wait, there is?
There's more, okay? You can then, I'm going to seal this real tightly. Now what I want you to do is pick it up and kind of lay it on its side. Okay, now gently, now you see what's happening?
Oh.
Okay, now pick one end up and then lay it back down again. And lay it back down again. We like to call that an ocean in a bottle. Now, some of the other activities that we do online with Fox are going to talk about exactly what's happening here. It's density because the oil and the water are not mixing, and it shows how that different layers are formed in the ocean either by heat or by salt or by being totally different substances, just like that.
That's amazing.
So here you've got an activity you can do at home, and it's 2 toys in 1. How cool is that?
Nice.